Hayahna Charu.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Charu.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Charu.
Hayahna Chalah.
You are all most welcome into the kingdom of Yahweh, which is commonly known as the kingdom of heaven in the holy books. I am delighted welcoming all of you. First and foremost is the introduction of the monarch team with me here. On my right hand, it is Maraviyah Piri, my nephew. Maraviyah Piri, my nephew. On my left hand, you have Prince Joseph Ndrovu, my younger brother. And after him is Mary Banda, our niece as well. Behind me is Mr. Austin Banda, the bodyguard, the royal bodyguard. I am His Royal Majesty Hayahna Rei Maraviyah Karwani the 34th. The royal name Hayahna is an equivalent name in English for the emperor. If it is in Portuguese, it is imperador. The kingdom of Yahweh, which is the kingdom of the heavens, was instituted by our Creator over mankind in the Garden of Eden when Adam was created. But due to rebellion, Satan the devil seduced our ancestors Adam and his wife that they should choose demonic race, the rulership by demons. So they chose to be making laws for themselves, to be independent of the Creator. Hence, their sin, which you are being told that they ate from the tree which provides mankind freedom to be doing what is good and bad, choosing demonic race. This terminology, Satan the devil, in the spiritual realm, has a universal wicked government of darkness, which is known as, in Greek, theocracy. Satan had an ambition to become equal with the Creator. So Satan positioned oneself in the rank of being God. So theos is God, krase is rulership. So Satan the devil, in contrast to the rulership by the Creator of the universes, which is of hierarchic type, of hierarchy, Satan the devil produced theocracy, which is the rulership by the gods, opponents of the Creator. Then under Satan the devil, there is the rulership which controls human mind to be practicing wickedness, evil, killings, every other wicked thing of the dark world. And that rulership is being fostered by the demons, the spirit beings known as demons. So out of the rule by demons comes the word demonic race, so that all mankind should be independent of the Creator by choosing for themselves what Adam in the Garden of Eden had chosen, practicing what is good and bad. You have heard modern day world, human rights. No one should control you because the demons have decreed so. I am there, Mwemba. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So demonic race is the rule by demons, controlling the human minds so that they rebel against the holy laws, perfect laws, righteous laws of the Creator. Yes, so the government of Satan the devil is a collusion of theocracy and demonic race in opposition to the rule of higher class by the Creator himself for his creation. Who are the people of Royal Maraviyahn Empire? I will give a definition in this manner. When the planet Earth was created, before continents emerged, it was only one. But there came a time when the technical stones, pillars underground shifted and the land splitted, drifted into continents. Now, Yahweh Creator chose Seth, the son of Adam, the third son of Adam, Seth. Through him came Noah, came Abraham, came the Messiah, came all the prophets, and King David, my patriarch, whose throne I am now sitting as the successor. Now, this Seth was given the central continent, from upper Lebanon there, Oman, those countries are in Arabic, including Dubai, up there. I am going to show you the map. All that map is Maraviyah, up to Africa, the central continent. Africa is not ending at the Red Sea, then you join the Mediterranean. Israel in the Middle East, and all the countries, including Arabian countries, are all part of Africa. It is the white explorers who tactfully misled the blacks during the colonization period and enslavement that they had to reduce the continent of Africa to where it is today. But Africa includes even the Middle East. There was no Middle East by then. Now, what was it called at that time? The first name from Middle East to South Africa, Cape Town, it was all Karwani, meaning Garden of Eden, the richest, most blessed continent, where people will lack nothing. In the long run, the name changed from Al-Kebran for the chosen continent, the central continent, the middle continent. It changed to the land of Judah, Yehuda land of the Jews, meaning the ruling royal tribe of Israel, to whom the royal dynasty house of King David, my ancestor, my patriarch, belong. Now, during the colonization period and the enslavement of all the Israelites, black Israelites occupying the entire royal territory, the Greeks, when they came into Africa, they thought all Africans were subjected to intense heat like of the furnace, and their white skin or light color was burned. So they nicknamed our continent from Arkebrani, which is Garden of Eden, to Ethiopia in Greek, which in English they have perfected it to Ethiopia. The word Ethiopia means region of burnt faces or Negroes, dark-skinned people, because they thought we were tarnished by the sun to become black. Now, you know, as usual, when a colonizer or a white historian renders something in the books, our people in Africa easily adopts to that, and they are very happy, very pleased to be called by nicknames. So the entire continent of Africa became known as Ethiopia. So the white man now drew. The white man drew. The white man drew. Here it is Ethiopia superior, vast Ethiopia, Ethiopia superior. So the entire Africa now became known as Ethiopia. In contrast to this present day Ethiopia. This is the present day Ethiopia. But the entire region was now called Ethiopia, a nickname because we are all looking black. So the Greeks named us region of burnt faces, Ethiopia, the continent of Ethiopia. And even Indian Ocean or Atlantic Ocean at that time was Ethiopia. It was not Indian Ocean or Atlantic Ocean. But as blacks, we have kept on accepting whatever changes the colonizers and the historians, white historians, have given us. At that time, the original one name after Alkebulan was this one, Yehuda, from Yada, Judah, Yuda, Jews. So the entire continent at first was all blue like this, as the continent of Yada, Yehuda, Yuda, Judah, belonging to King David as a royal throne, belonging to the Messiah, who is also the son of David, belonging to this kingdom as the owners of the continent. Now, when colonizers came, you have seen they started partitioning Africa. Still more, in 1747 AD, our royal land was still reading land of Judah. Whenever you read in the Bible, land of Judah, because they have brainwashed readers, you think it is talking of Middle East in Israel. And yet Africa is the entire holy land belonging to the Creator, the land of Judah, the kingdom of the house of King David as a dynasty. That's that. Then to make you believe These people were very accurate in their renderings. This arrow points to where the present-day Ethiopia is. At that time, the present-day Ethiopia was Abyssinia. Then the rest of the continent was nicknamed still Ethiopia, and it perpetuated that name as the continent of Ethiopia. However, listen, did you know, this ancient map of Africa shows the vast area formerly known as Ethiopia as opposed to the East African country called Ethiopia today. Modern Ethiopia was known as Abyssinia, and ancient Ethiopia was the rest of Black Africa. So we came from Al-Kebran, Garden of Eden. We were nicknamed Ethiopia because we are all dark. The Greeks thought the sun had burned us, turned our skin. But we accepted to say this whole land is Ethiopia now. It has ceased from being known as the land of Judah, the biblical name, because we are black Jews, we are Israelites. Everyone in Africa, we belong to the 12 tribes of Israel. But this royal throne belongs direct to the tribe of Judah because it is the central ruling family of Hayahna. Now, getting back to your question, who were the inhabitants or the owners of royal Maravi? The name Maravi and Maraviyah originates from the word of Yahweh Creator, this Holy Bible. In it, on Isaiah chapter 43, verse 5, it reads in English, but when you get our Hebrew manuscript, our Hebrew Bible, it will not read the manner in which it is reading in the English version or in any other language. According to us, the black Jews, as well as the white Jews and any other colored Jew, our language originally was Iwiri, changed to Hebrew. Now, listen very carefully. Our Hebrew language also changed because the Creator wanted to hide us from an annihilation. Just as you could remember, the Holocaust in Germany, Hitler killed more than 6 million Jews. So Yahweh Creator thought it beneficial to hide us so that His kingdom of heaven should be restored in the last part of the days and govern the entire planet Earth, bringing all the blessings which you are reading in prophecies. So in our Maravic Hebrew language, Isaiah chapter 43, on its verse 5, where it states, from the distant east and the farthest west, listen very carefully. The word west in Hebrew is Maravi. When you say Maravi, you mean west in English, where the sun sets. Now, in this phrasing, it is not the literal east and west. The east which is here in our Hebrew Maravic language is Mizraki, where the heavenly light, like the sun, come from. Then that spiritual light sets on the continent of Maravi, Africa, meaning the spiritual upliftment, unfoldment, the blessings from heaven ought to come from the continent of Africa, as where the heavenly sun, spiritual sun, will set. Now the Creator states, I read as the original reads, do not be afraid, I am with you. From the distant east, Mizrach, where the heavenly spirit beings are, and the farthest west, where in Maravi, where his people are, I will bring your people home. I will bring your people home. So the people of our Creator will be gathered on the continent of Maravi, west, where the heavenly light points direct. From here, we shall spread this light from this Maravi to the world. Now, since the continent became prophetically known as Maravi, its people became known as Maravians. Then their ruler, their king and emperor became Maraviyah. Then the language you can Google became Maravic language. We have it when you Google MARAVIC, Maravic language. You will find our writings, even dated 900 AD. Recently, we participated in the writing of the Holy Bible even. You will see what our ancestors did here in Africa, in Maravic language. But it is a branch of the original Hebrew Jewish language. It is very similar to Hebrew, but because we have changed the name for the continent and the identity as Maravians, then our language, they said they speak Maravic language, the Maravians, with their king and emperor Maraviyah. Are we together? Yes. Now, let me give the definition. I have mentioned Maraviyah Karwani, the 34th. Karwani is the Hebrew Maravic word or name. This name in full originally was Ka, K-A, Ka, an equivalent to the English word of T-O, two. Ruaki, which is an equivalent word in English to spirit. Then Anoti, an equivalent word in English for answer. Yahweh, Creator, the name, original name of the Creator. So the name was originally being pronounced Karuaki Anotia. On linguistic changes, because we are in existence as a kingdom for over 2,030 years now. So originally Karuaka Anotia, on linguistic changes, Karwano, Karwani. Have you heard that? But it means to Yahweh's spirit of answers. That's the meaning for the word Karwani. To Yahweh's spirit of answers, meaning all world governments, whether they are political or whether they are monarchies, they shall get answers from this kingdom of Yahweh, from this royal throne. All solutions to world problems are in this kingdom, nowhere else. Okay. Harmonization of the world. Harmonization of the world is the principal royal objective of this monarchy. We are going to harmonize the entire planet Earth so that eventually it proves to be the most peaceful, habitable place, free from wars, free from hatred, free from poverty, free from anything that causes misery. And in our preamble, we have got a nice song for the entire world. Harmonization of the world. One world, one race. One world, one race. Effortlessly, we are all.
We are all. We are all. We are all.
We are all one,
mankind.
The black, the white, the red and the yellow are all deco colors. Effortlessly we are all.
We are all. We are all. We are all.
We are all one,
mankind.
All the continents, Maraviyah, America, Europe, Asia, and Australia are all new earth mansions. We are all. We are all. We are all. We are all one,
mankind.
No more fighting. No more seeing a person poor. The kingdom is going to harmonize their differences and bless each and every one on earth. I'm coming to your question, why now? Why now? According to the prophecies contained in the Holy Bible, even in the Quran, and any other holy book of any religion, the kingdom of the heavens, the kingdom of Yahweh, was meant to be restored and reestablished in the final part of the last days. Therefore, we were here in Africa. We left Israel in 400 BCE, where we were with King Solomon, our patriarch, and David. We came back again into Africa. Why? Because our mother, Queen Maseda, you remember in the Bible, who visited Solomon, was living here as Queen of Sheba. Now, that is our Queen Mother. The first prince born of Solomon in her was Menelik. Through Menelik, he ruled. There came another Menelik up to Haile Selassie. We are all one family, the Jewish family belonging to the royal dynasty family or house of David. Now, when we left our brothers Menelik in the present country Ethiopia, which was just our province, we came further in the southern hemisphere into this soil of Zambia. Zambia alone, where you call Ng'ombe Irede today in southern province, that place was known as Sari Meshia, meaning Prince from Yahweh Creator, was the founder of this country, Zambia, Sari Meshia. Then after his name, that region where there is Ng'ombe Irede today, as a nickname for the rock, which looks like a cattle, it became the trading city, capital city, where the people from Asia, from Arabia, were trading with us in gold, ivory, and copper, including many other valuables, in exchange with clothes, beads, salt, and everything. Not less than 10 emperors, Rei Maravians, Hayahna Chalah, Maraviyah Karwani, Salimeshia, the founder of Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, was buried by the Zambezi River at the confluence of it with the Rosto Stream, where it is now nicknamed Ng'ombe. So we have 9 to 10 emperors buried here in Zambia. In Mozambique, other emperors were buried there. In Zimbabwe, other emperors were buried there. In the province of Tanzania, because it was all one country with Rwanda, Burundi, near Uvinza, another emperor was buried there. So in short, Africa was one as a continent. All these regions were royal jurisdiction provinces. That's how it was. Now, in that the Creator said, in the final part of the last days, his kingdom of the heavens was going to come to get restored, established in order to solve the problems of mankind. That's how in 2004, we approached the Zambian government with this constitution. We approached the Zambian government with this constitution. The royal hierarchic constitution and the 613 laws of the kingdom of Yahweh. This is the royal constitution. These are the biblical. Even the Quran has these holy laws. The 613 moral, righteous laws of the Creator, and our royal constitution for registration. When this was done, then the government of the Republic of Zambia recognized the restoration of the kingdom of Yahweh. Kingdom of Yahweh. This was 26th day of July 2004. It was officially restored here in Zambia as a chosen prophetic holy land where the remains of 9 Hebrew, Maraviki, Black Israelites, the Jews, Emperor Maraviyah Karwanis were buried. So the kingdom was officially registered here in Zambia. It is now over 20 years old. But the original Grand Royal Palace in 7 BCE was founded in Mozambique on top of a very high mountain, which mountain in our Hebrew Maravic language is known as Mount Haria, Holy Mount Haria. On it, there is the oldest ever altar made of stones, according to the biblical laws, still standing from the year 7 BCE to date. That altar is still there. It's the only remaining altar on the planet Earth, the oldest. 7 BC, you can subtract it from the year 2024. And on that altar, on its top, There is the map of Africa written by the Creator. There is a map of Zambia in form of vegetation, because Zambia will exploit and become a prototype paradise or the most peaceful haven on the planet Earth, the richest country, the holy nation, the people belonging to Yahweh, after others who shall adopt. Then there's another map for Zambia in white color, on top of Mount Hayahna on our altar. So Zambia is truly recognized in heaven to be the right haven for the Creator's throne, for the kingdom of Yahweh to be restored. Hence the reason why it came to pass. Auxiliary, the Grand Royal Palace, an auxiliary one, will be here in the city, great city of Lusaka, Zambia. But from the year 7 BCE, it was in Mozambique, in the district of Maraviyah, after my name. This great hierarchic, sovereign, independent and autonomous monarch concerns the entire planet Earth, because everywhere people are saying, thy kingdom come, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh, which is this one. Therefore, coming to Africa, the entire continent and beyond, as I have already narrated, was one royal continent, the royal land, hence the name Maravi, the kingdom of Yahweh. So all the 60 states of Africa under this monarch of theirs, which has been restored, each political government, each monarchy will work hand in hand. There will be no abolishment of political states, no. We shall work hand in hand together to solve the problems which all the citizens of the continent are encountering. What we are going to do, we have come up with a nice strategy which shall definitely help all 60 states of Africa. Not only the 60 states of Africa, but also the entire world at the end. This is our new royal universal use hierarchic heaviest currency, a digital currency to be used by all the 80 billion people on the planet Earth. Now, in accordance with the royal policy, liberal policy in place, the monarchy wrote the Zambian government with a copy to the head of state, His Excellency Dr. Hakainde Samuel Hichilema. We copied Honorable Minister of Finance, Mr. Stumbeko. We copied the bank governor of Zambia. We wrote to the African Union. We wrote to the United Nations. We wrote to the European Union. We wrote to King Charles of UK. We wrote to Joe Biden of the United States of America. We wrote China, we wrote Russia. Finally, we wrote to all 198 global states or countries, and we sent this specimen of our new currency, known as Karezi currency. It's the Karezi currency note. The word Karezi originates from our Hebrew Maravic language. In our tongue, Karezi simply means new earthy currency note. It's the money for all mankind. It's not the money for Zambia or for America alone. It is the money to solve global problems. Now, the manner in which we intend to help all countries on the planet Earth, we wrote them in this manner. We shall be giving royal grants to the governments for government's administration affairs to every nation under the zero-rate corruption condition. Number 2, we shall be giving royal grants to governments for the physical infrastructure development activities under the zero-rate corruption condition. And number 3, we shall be giving direct royal grants to settle mankind as individuals in all the 198 countries of the planet Earth for a swift global economic industrial actualization due to the financial capital empowerment of every citizen. Then the universal use, purpose, royal currency trading, tender bearing shall be at the ratio of 1 currency to 1.35 euro dollars, then 1 currency to euro, it will be 1 currency, then euro 1.25, British sterling pound to our 1 currency will be 1.09 British pounds. So all this information was given to all the 198 countries, including owners of the heaviest notes. So very soon, our new royal earth currency will be found in all global banks alongside the British pound, the euro, the dollar, and our currency. It will be the choice of people to be buying which currency now. But ours, because it has received a shift from this. The Almighty Creator Yahweh decreed so and granted His kingdom of Yahweh a shift from the current world standard currency unit value of the gold precious metal reserve to that of the diamond precious gemstone royal reserve. This is the reason why our currency will be 1 American dollars 1.35. Ours 1 currency euro must be 1.25. Our currency 1, then the British sterling pound 1.09, because ours is being strengthened by the most precious gemstone, the diamonds, theirs by the gold reserve. Any further questions? We are going to work with all governments. We are not political, non-political, giving them grants, not loans, developing their countries, finally surrendering the projects to them. Our global ministers, our global royal cabinet ministers for agriculture will work with every minister of agriculture of every country. Finally, we hand over. When we construct houses or roads, it will be the same. the political game of giving each other a term of 4 years, 5 years will continue. No interference. But we shall be working with anyone who will be coming in power on the entire planet Earth. Most assuredly, we informed all world governments, all the 198 countries, that following the inauguration, which was done on October 4, 2024, the universal use royal currency will then be printed, after that secreted, put into secretion, so that come 2025, all these governments who have been suffering to develop their countries because to find capital is difficult to them, they are just suffering in the hands of the IMF or the World Bank, highly indebted on foreign debts. So next year they shall start using the royal currency in form of a grant. So we are starting our job full time next year. Now we are in the phase of having our royal currency printed, then released. This is part of our constitution. Listen very carefully. Principal objectives and aims of the kingdom of Yahweh. It shall serve as an international peace-making, charitable, non-profit, making royal institution among all mankind, assisting and working hand in hand with all peoples, assisting and working hand in hand with all families, assisting and working hand in hand with all nations, assisting and working hand in hand with all governments, assisting and working hand in hand with all kingdoms and chiefdoms, assisting and working hand in hand with all religions. I have simply identified our racial origin to say we are the seed from the third born of Adam, Seth, Noah, Abraham, David, up to us as a Yadai, a Jew. But I do not say that the Jews are going now to dominate the planet Earth cruelly, wrongly, no. Because even Messiah, whom the Christian religion over 2 billion people are following, was a Jew, is a Jew, the Lion of Judah. So everyone is expecting the Messiah to come and govern the planet Earth in peace. Now, as his substitute and ambassador, the royal Hieratic ambassador, representing the Creator and the Messiah, I am going to govern the planet Earth with total peace, no racism, no nationalism, no tribalism, nothing, nothing, nothing. So all religions are seeking the Creator. In each and every religion, there are upright people who are yet to come fully and serve in the kingdom of Yahweh, the kingdom of heaven. So to us, we are not a church, we are not a religion, but we will work with every church, every religion, every government, every kingdom, all mankind. What new knowledge are you bringing on the planet Earth? This is just an example. The kingdom of Yahweh is endowed and fully or highly blessed in infinity intelligence, infinity wisdom, infinity knowledge, infinity understanding in everything. Hence the reason why the kingdom of Yahweh has come now to solve all worldly problems. This knowledge displayed here is for a dry land based power generating machine, electricity generating machine. The art of science included in the technology. It is a non-use of water. It's not a hydro power. It's not a solar power. It's not a windy power. It's not a nuclear power. It's not even a thermal power. Not even a petrol or a diesel-driven machine. It uses the anti-carbon, green energy, pollution-free and harmful radiation-free technology. All these are the inventions by the kingdom of Yahweh to help mankind. And many more other inventions which will come. So a machine of this nature, once constructed, can provide the power for the entire Africa, depending on the volume of the megawatts involved. But it cannot cover even a kilometer in size. Just a football ground is big enough to provide the power to the entire continent of Africa using our anti-carbon unit power generation for the new righteous world. So with the coming in of such technology, advanced technology, beyond the scope of modern scientists, there will be much electricity in all countries, hence high cost of living. The high cost of living will be reduced because the industrial production of goods will be cheap, owing to the cheap electric supply which will abound on the continent or any part of the world. Then everything will run smoothly because load sheddings will not be encountered or experienced on the continent and in the world when these political governments and monarchy governments or scientists and religions shall allow to unite with this most peaceful kingdom of Yahweh. There will be abundant jobs, abundant living in every sector of the economy also. In our constitution, we didn't hide anything 20 years ago. 20 years ago, we said that we shall work hand in hand with all mankind. Then our working with all mankind is like this: assisting and working hand in hand with all peoples, families, nations, governments, and chiefdoms, religions, all social and economic organizations in developing the planet Earth into a better, peaceful, habitable place. Spiritually, it must be a better, peaceful, habitable place. Socially, the same. Ideologically, the same. Politically, the same. And commercially. By implementing the righteous moral 613 laws of Yahweh Creator. Meaning, each and every political leader or monarchy leader or religious leader should understand that by the permission of Yahweh Creator, the owner of people, you are allowed to lead others But when you are elected into such an office, you need to follow and abide by the will of the one who has permitted you to lead others. So this is the new concept of leadership. Political leaders will not be put into office by favor, but by merit. Meaning, people who have got a heart and a spirit, the passion to deliver to mankind, but not dictatorships. No. Not a people who are greedy and selfish. Not a people full of jealousy and hatred. It means they cannot complement the heavenly laws to the well-being of mankind, because they are ministering Satan, the devil, in disguise. So our work as the monarch is to advise all political governments. There will be summits being held annually or quarterly, where all heads of state will be summoned, helped. Let's say, what's the problem in your country? They say, Lords. Then we ask them, as a political leader, just give us the total road networks in your country, remote rural areas inclusive. Then untarred and done roads. When they give us, we shall be releasing our new currency in form of a grant. You see, we give them maybe 1 billion currency, equivalent to the complete road network system to be done in their country. Then, instead of giving them that 1 billion currency, we shall rather state, you have done well in giving us the mileage now, but give us your officials from the Department of Roads, Ministry of Transport. Our kingdom will again release from our global Ministry of Transport and Roads Construction the two from a political state, a particular political state on earth, and from the monarch will work with a particular contracted constructor of roads. That constructor of roads is the one who shall receive cash to construct all the road networks in Zambia or in America and so forth. Finally, the trio, the constructor, the monarch representative, and the state representative will all say, we have witnessed, the work is done, we are surrendering it to you, the head of state, for commissioning it or launching it. That's how we shall be doing things. In accordance with our 613 righteous moral laws, where judgment, justice, and courts are concerned, pure, balanced justice in all and in everything shall be practiced and exercised. There will be no favor for the poorest of all the poor. There will be no favor for the richest of the rich people. In short, all will receive equity judgment according to the wrong they have done or the good they have done. And those laws will not be of demonic class, influenced by the demons. You have heard nowadays, if a man marries a man, it is righteous it is right, it is your rights. But let us all agree on the planet Earth, the 8 billion people, the population now, that we divorce our wives, and wives should divorce their husbands, so that opposite sex should not be in marriages. How many years from today shall the human race or species last on the planet? It will be an extinction of the entire race of mankind because they cannot produce. So this is the law on gay marriages, for example, what I have given, is something influenced by the demons, by Satan the devil, to supplant the human race of the planet Earth by other races belonging to the Aryans, namely the reptilian and grey races, are the ones who have persuaded your supernations, your governments, to consent to the gay marriages and to contraceptives, to masturbation, homosexual, and so forth, in order to depopulate you, so that the depleted planets where the reptilian race and the grey race have their races or colonies should be transferred to the planet Earth as the right ambient to them. But you are blindfolded, brainwashed to say the world is overpopulated. That's not true. There are some Aryans, over 20,000 on the planet Earth, living with big governments who are inspiring governments to effect these rights, so that at the end you become weak. That's why there are poisons in your food, in your drinks. They have done a lot even to weaken your sexual activities. At the same time, finally, because the world population is not finishing, is to initiate equal sex people marrying each other so that they cannot produce. Then when you come to realize as the race of Adam to say, our population is finishing, it will be too late. They will have shifted, transferred their colonies from the depleted planets. They agreed with world governments that we shall do this in exchange of war or military technology. We shall give you military technology, and the formulas of depopulating people only favor us to have our colonies descend and occupy the planet Earth. That's the whole technique behind whatever you're saying. So, in our constitution here, all such things, bestiality, sexual intercourse with an animal will not be allowed, and it will not exist. Where you talk of sodomy, male to male, it will not exist. Fornication, in short, all sexual crimes under specific offenses such as adultery, bestiality, incest, rape, sedition, sodomy will not be allowed. They are not human rights, but they are immoral, destructive to the society. So we cannot favor Satan the devil. We are not going to favor all the fallen angels. We are not going to favor all the demons. is the rule by demons, demonic race, to depopulate and suppress, supplant the race of Adam. So there will be righteous laws reigning, which advise all willing states or willing governments to live by principle, righteous morals, deserving the Creator, befitting the Creator, who has appointed them or allowed them to be presidents and kings. Or else the Creator will repel them when they repel His laws.
I hear you saying democracy.
Demon.
Democracy.
Uh-huh.
Are you referring to democracy?
Your democracy is another. Just add any demon. A demon, you know demons.
Yes.
Demonic race. Satan, the devil with the angels, are in theocracy. Yahweh Creator and all the heavenly beings, the cherubim, the seraphim, the ophanim, and all holy malachim are in higher class. Then the devil is in higher class, in theocracy. The lower class, the demons, unclean spirits, are in demonic class, rulership governed by demons to distort human mind, to influence human mind so that they become unruly just as it is. I was born a royal son from the royal tribe and family of King David up to now. Here in Africa, we have ruled the southern region of Africa from the year 7 BCE to date. I mean that like our friends, our brothers, Haile Selassie, Menelik, were governing the upper region, you know. So the entire of the southern region, central and southern now, we have been in dominion from the year 7 BCE. As such, the Creator remembered His prophecies. In December of 1990, on the 9th day, the Creator appeared to me. He had set a cloud on the eastern side, like where you say the sun now is at 10 hours. On that white cloud, 3 sentences were written by a lightning in the heavenly language, which is similar to our Hebrew Maravic language. When I asked the Creator to say these 3 sentences, December 9, 1990, I was in Mount Makuru, there on top of Mount Makuru.
Where's Mount Makuru?
In Chiranga district. So when I asked him to translate into English, the first sentence read, representing the kingdom of Yahweh. On top of those 3 sentences was an open book, the grand book of heaven. Then he told me, through your lineage, royal lineage from David up to now, you are the right heir to the throne of David, who need to represent my kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh on this planet Earth, to have it restored now. Since your royal family has already been ruling as Maraviyah Karwanis, you are the 34th. From there, many portents, many signs from heaven, including encountering the physical presence of Yahweh Creator, speaking with me on one-to-one, just as He did to Moses, to Moshe. All these things have happened. I have received heavenly cherubims, heavenly seraphims, heavenly ophanim, all marachims have been visiting me, educating me for the past 34 years. So this year of 2024 has just sealed for the commencement of the operations of this great universal royal hierarchic monarchy. So what we did to all of you listeners, on October 3rd, 2023, the first anointing was done. On February 24, this year of 2024, I received the second anointing by the holiest holy oil, which you are reading in the book of Yahweh, the Holy Bible. Then on March 10, in Mount Makuru, there was a very big gathering. I received the third anointing. When we were coming out of the hall, we can show you, I was led by the rainbow in my forefront until I entered the vehicle. From there, the heavenly spirit beings, the holy beings, the messengers of the Creator, have constantly, regularly been visiting me, reporting, giving me insight, giving me wisdom and intelligence of how we are going to bring wars to an end, how we are going to bring all problems on the planet Earth to an end. So in Yahweh's power, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, I shall make it leading mankind into total deliverance and salvation, at the same time settling all mankind impartially. Thank you, viewers.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Chalah.
Hayahna Chalah.
One world, one race, effortlessly we are all.
We are all.
We are all. We are all. We are all one, oh mankind. One world, one race, effortlessly we are all.
We are all. We are all. We are all.
We are all one, oh
mankind.
This marks the end of racism, apartheid, nationalism, tribalism, religionism, politicalism even. People must now socialize and harmonize all their differences. The kingdom of Yahweh Creator is here. Let all come and seek an audience, instructions, counsel to make Mother Earth a better place to live in.